Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of The Founder, and today we're here at RCCI, which will soon be renamed as Shiranee Joseph de Sarem Foundation. Let's go inside and find out the origin story of this place. So joining us today is Nainali Dasanayaka, the speech and language therapist, followed by the center manager Ranjula Senaranda Pereira, and also Nasli Shahul Hamid, who is the manager in special education. Hi guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So can you tell us the story behind this center actually? Who started the facility and for what purpose actually?
Yeah, so the RCCI was founded over 30 years ago by Sri Lanka's first speech therapist, Mrs. Shiranee Joseph de Sarem. In the 70s and 80s, she started speech therapy clinics at the General Hospital and Lady Ridgeway Hospital. She also did rehabilitation work for the Army. Later on, she wanted to focus more on the community, support parents, so she started RCCI, which has a more school-like setting. In fact, now we are in the process of dedicating the school in her name, STTS Foundation.
Could you describe the type of therapies and services that are available at this location?
Well, therapy takes many forms. It can be individual, one-to-one sessions, it can be setting, it could be group, it could also be through the environment, and especially in a setting like this, with people with communication challenges, therapy should be an incorporation of all these aspects. Our founder was very cognizant of that, which is why a setting like this was created. So, as well as one-to-one or group therapy, we also focus a lot about people achieving things through the environment. So, the aim of our therapeutic intervention is to support people through these various aspects, to become independent, to develop functional skills, and later on make meaningful contributions, either through vocational training or being part of a workshop or through supported employment, and being independent basically.
And then how do you access the needs of an individual, and how do you help them develop? And do you have any support plans for any of those?
Yes, actually when a child enrolls, we do a IEP, that is Individual Educational Plan. So then we get to know how the child is and what areas the child is capable of. And we actually let the child settle in the classroom first. And then we do more, if the child is fine with the literacy, we do more literacy. Some children are unable to do literacy, so we give them more like travel training, and then functional literacy, cookery, gardening. And then when a child is 14, we start with the IP. The IP is an individual plan, so where we get to know what are the child's interests and plans are. So we carry on what we have to focus on.
I see. So each task and process is catered to an individual.
And every year we do assess the child. So where we get to know how far the child has developed, and so we train on them more.
How do you incorporate family members and caregivers actually into this process?
So any intervention or therapy or whatever support we provide, especially in a setting like this, can only be realized if things are generalized into the real environment, in the natural setting that people function in. So it's really important for parents and family members or any caregivers to buy into that. So we try and incorporate their participation as much as possible through different ways. So by either through observation or through parent training and various educational programs that we run, so that everybody understands what sort of supports we provide and also how to support these individuals so that they actually reach their maximum potential.
So actually providing them with awareness that they need it.
Absolutely.
Great. So next question. And what are the challenges that you have faced on carrying this service continuously, and how can people actually help this cause?
The RCCI is a not-for-profit organization, and we support anyone who needs our services regardless of their income or their ability to pay. So most of our students come from backgrounds where they can't really contribute towards cost of running the school. What we would like to ask, actually we sometimes even have to help them with their travel costs and their medical costs. So we would like to ask individuals and corporates to reach out to us if they would like to collaborate with us. Also, as Nayani mentioned, we have supported employment, so we would like to ask corporates if they want to know more about that to reach out to us. And we're also looking for volunteers to help us out.
What can kids expect when they come here, and what are the success stories of maybe individuals who have benefited and you all have seen people who have reaped benefits? Are there any stories in particular?
Yes, when student enroll, there's so much we have here, and then certain students, we run a workshop every day, so students are trained on vocational. So once a student excels in vocational, he can be self-employed. And some few students we have trained them and we have sent for supported employment. Not only that, we always have contact with the employer, and we do whatever we can from our end to train them more. And then we always want our students to be independent and then function. So apart from that, all the students get the opportunity of learning cookery, gardening, music, singing. So much entertainment is there, and then some students involved in other activities like functional literacy, and they are more capable in doing many things.
Okay, we will be moving on to the final question of today. So, what would you like to say to families with people of an intellectual disability?
Well, I'd just like to say that everybody has potential, whatever it might be. Everyone can make a meaningful contribution to society and their families, to their livelihoods. So it's about finding what people are good at, what they like, and maybe supporting them to get there. So it might be little steps, but it's the support, and it's incorporating it into everyday life. Because at the end of the day, it's not about something that only happens in one environment. And parents, caregivers, and the society at large, I think, needs to buy into that if things are to be successful and individuals with intellectual disability are to be integrated into society.
And we have actually reached to an end of this episode. So, dear teachers, is there anything else that you would like to add to this conversation?
Well, I'd just like to say that when it comes to children or adults with intellectual disability, there's often a big focus on saying, okay, it has to be, mainstream, it should be inclusive, it should be, special education or specialist settings, workshops, you hear all this terminology. But what I'd like to say is it's not one thing against the other. I think we need all types of settings to support different individuals with different needs. So for example, some children may thrive in a mainstream school setting, some children might need to be in a special unit within that mainstream school setting, and for other children who have very specific needs might be able to, might function much better in a specialist setting with a smaller group and specific teachers, who are able to cater to their needs. So it's never one thing against the other. I think it's about what the individual needs and what will support them to reach the best of their potential. So I think the ultimate goal should be about the potential and also the meaningful contribution part. How best can this person contribute to society?
Okay, so that was Nainali Dasanayaka, Ranjula Senaramna Pereira, and Nasli Shahul Hamid. Thank you all for joining us today, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you for having us on your show.
So that's all for today. Thank you all for joining us here at the RCCI, which will be known as SJBS Foundation from here on onwards. And this is Sithika Ranasinghe signing off for Founder. See you soon.